I don't want to use the word welcome, because really and truly my sense of frustration is, I just can't convey my sense of frustration that I'm back here talking about domestic abuse, statements on it, and the only change here is that we're talking on actions in relation to domestic abuse, and that's a slight positive change. The Taoiseach gave a speech which is very good on generalities and positive messages with very little specifics. And if we're talking about actions, I would have hoped at the very least he would have given specifics. Deputy Howlin reinforced that message by saying we should all collectively give a message out to victims of domestic violence that they're not alone. I don't think that's my role. My role is to ensure that the services are adequately resourced and that we use every opportunity in the Dáil to hold the system to account. And the speech today from the Taoiseach is not adequate. He refers to an audit and a report, first of all by TUSLA. I asked a question last September and I found out that TUSLA was carrying out a review of services on the ground, the most basic review in relation to the need for refuges on the ground and whether they were adequate. And here we are today, Minister, and I hope in your closing speech you tell us when that report will be published, why it was delayed and what is going on. Then in relation to the report that looks at the segmentation of the services, the terms of reference said that would be finished by March. We are now in July and we have a Taoiseach making a speech and giving us absolutely no reason why that hasn't been published. Maybe you could answer that, Minister, in your closing remarks. And then we have the policing authority telling us that the response from the guards was not adequate. The chairperson of the policing authority in May expressed his own and the authority's acute disappointment and intense frustration that information in the possession of and immediately available to the Garda Síochána had not been and was not being provided by the authority. Again, we have a Taoiseach here today not giving us an idea when the review started, the internal review by the Guards, when it will be completed, absolutely no dates. And my colleague there, Deputy McGrath, referred to the cost. It's actually at a conservative estimate, the cost of not treating domestic violence is over 2.2 billion per year. And the university in my own city tells me from their research that that is grossly underestimated. So on every level, we need to deal with domestic violence. But the first thing is, please let us stop talking about it and let the Taoiseach come back and tell us 1, 2, 3 in relation to the actions that were identified by the Minister for Justice almost a year ago. If that could be done by you, Minister, I'd really appreciate that, and that would be progress. Garmagh.